feed, giraffe, logo, sightings, text, web.css, what, and then what.html and what.jpg. Take note of that. Now let's start. Giraffes are endangered species only found in parts of Africa. This is the opening instruction. You will analyze data. In spreadsheet package, what we do specifically is data analysis on giraffes that have been rescued, tagged, and returned to the wild. So that is the focus of this question. So task 1, evidence document. Create a new word process document. Okay, so let's go to the folder work area, create a new word process document. So I go to new Microsoft Word, and then I'm going to call it according to the instruction. This is what I will call the evidence document, J32 evidence underscore, followed by your center number, candidate number. For example, it looks like this, so I'm going to do that right now. So I have it here. I will rename this, then I paste. Okay, center number, my center number is CN in my own case. Then my candidate number 001. Okay, good, that's the evidence document. So double click to open. Here is the evidence document. Insert in the header your name, 3 columns, your name. In my own case, I have my name, my center number, CN, and then my candidate number 001. So you can close the header. So let me label it evidence 1. Okay, so I can save this, bolding it, probably increase this, so I can copy and duplicate it. So for every evidence I will be taking in the course of this paper, sorry, so I can rename it. This is evidence 2, evidence 3, in that order. Okay, good. So let's save this for now. Save. Then let me go back to the question. So the next question is very simple. You will use this as your evidence document during the examination. So task 2, spreadsheet. Open and examine the file j32giraffe.csv. So I'm going to open this from the source file folder, giraffe, this source file folder, giraffe. Okay, yes, here's the folder, the file. So let me zoom so that we can see. Now what's the next instruction? Open and examine the file. This file will be used in steps 2 and 3. Do not make any changes to this file. Okay, do not make any change, just to see. You can see how many columns, how many rows do you have in this file. Okay, not to make any changes as the instruction has asked us. Okay, good. So we have this. Then the next thing is open and examine the file J32 sightings. J32 sightings. So I'm going to open that. Here's the file. Okay, let me zoom this so that we see clearly. Sorry. Okay, good. This is the layout of the file. You can see it clearly. Okay, then the next instruction, save the J32 sightings as a spreadsheet with a file name giraffe. So I'm going to copy this so that I don't need to retype giraffe. So I'm going to save this file, save as. Then let me save in the work area. That's my work area. So save it as a spreadsheet. So you save it as an Excel workbook. Then what is the name? I'm going to paste. Now followed by your center number and your candidate number. Sorry, candidate number. (001). Okay, let me confirm the instruction. Center number, candidate number. Okay, good. Then I'm going to save that, okay, as a spreadsheet file. Then thereafter, Row 7 to 25 will show the number of sightings of the tagged giraffes in each country for 1 week in February. Rows 28 onwards show the details of all sightings for this week. So let me go to row 7 to 25. Let's see the way it looks. Okay, you can see row 7 to 25. Yeah, so all the countries. Okay, good, that is correct. Then what else? Rows 28 onwards show the details. Rows 28 onwards, let's just see. Okay, from here. Oh, row 7. Okay, that's correct. Then what is the next instruction? Let's see. Place your name, sender number and candidate number center aligned in the header. Your name, so you go to insert header, in the header center align your name, center number and candidate number center aligned. Okay, good, let's confirm that. Okay, that is done. Then place the text created on, followed by a space. This will be in the footer. Okay, we are in the footer, that is followed by a space, then text. Okay, then in the footer, so let's put it at the center and the footer. Go to footer, then paste. Okay, in the footer, so I'm copying this, copy, followed by a space in the footer, created on, a space on, then the automated date. You see the automated date here, current date, then a space again, then the text at a space, followed by automated time. That's okay, I think that's done. Okay, so then after this you click out, so you can go back to the normal view. Let's take note of that. Okay, so you continue with this. Then that is for 3 marks, you can see that. Okay, then the next one, place a replicable formula in cell D28 to look up the species using the code and the external file J32 giraffe. Okay, for the array. You remember we opened this file initially. So place a replicable formula in cell D28. So let's go and see D28. D28 is this. So we are looking for species, and the question says we are using code. All right, so let's look at the relationship between this file and the second file. This is the second file. Do we have species and we have code? Oh, good. So when you have this, then there's a relationship between these two files. So if you go back to this now, since the data is arranged vertically and you want to look up, so the best function will be VLOOKUP. So you start with VLOOKUP. All right, you have the code here, and that will be B28. Please take note of that as the lookup value, comma. Your table array, you have been told to use this other file. So you select it, the table array. You can see that without picking the column title row. Okay, good. Then the next one is column index number. So what you are looking up for is the species. So the species in what column number? Okay, this column 1, column 2, column 3. So you put for column index number, you put comma 3, then comma exact match. So you pick the exact match, which is false, or you use 0. Then close the bracket and press enter. So anywhere you have N3, that means that is for West Africa. You can confirm that when you go to this, N3 is the species West African giraffe. So you can see that. So that's when you know it is correct. Then you can now replicate it, because they say you should use a replicable. So double click this, You can open up this to see it very well. Okay, good. Then after you have done this, then you are fine. So you have done that for 6 marks. Then the next one, number 3, place a replicable formula in cell F28 to look up the status using the code and the external file giraffe for the array. Place a replicable formula in cell F28. So let's go to F28. Let's see what we have there. F28. Here is F28. Okay. So and we are using code too. So we are using the same VLOOKUP. Okay, good. And your lookup value is code. Now let's confirm that from the question. So the question says using the code and the external file. So you are looking for status. Okay, the code, comma, our table array will still be this. So you select it, and status is in which column? Let's count. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6th column in the selection. So we go there and use that. And use that, comma C. Let's confirm that. Column 6. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. And then after that, you use your exact match first, close the bracket and press enter. So you have the status to be what? Critically endangered. Okay, you have that, critically endangered. So the next thing to do is go to the instructions. So this is for 1 mark. We've done that. Replicate the formula entered in steps 2 and 3 for all sightings. So which we have done here. We have replicated the first one. So this is the second one replicated. Then the next thing is place in cell B3 a formula to count the total number of sightings for this 7-day period. Count the total number of sightings for this 7-day period. So they have told us from the opening instruction that this will show us for a 7-day period or for a week. 7 days make a week. So that's what we are going to use right now. So to do that, the instruction says in cell B4. Cell B3. So cell B3. Let's go to cell B3. This is B3. Okay. So total number of sightings in 7-day period. That's what we're going to do now. So how are we going to note our 7-day period? Let's see from here. If you look at this 7-day period, we have in the month of February, this is 4th of February 2024, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is a 7-day period. You can see, all right, that is 7-day periods. So that means the whole detail we have here is for 7-day period. This happened in the same day, on the same day, but in 7 different days. So that's what we mean by 7-day period. So you know we are using this any column here for our 7-day period. So the question says count the total number of sightings. So let's see for the sightings. Okay, we can use the code, we can use the tag. All right, so let's go. So to do that, the question has told us that we place in cell B3. So let's see B3. Here is B3. So to know the number of sightings, because in different days, number of sightings, that means in the first day, how many do we have? How many sightings we have? We have about 6 sightings. In another day, how many sightings do we have? We have about 6 sightings. So we are going to add everything together to know the number of sightings. Though we know that we have 7 days, but the number of sightings, 6 in first day, 6 in second day, and in that order. So we are going to use this and come here, B3, and put equals count A. Why are we using count A? Ordinary counts will count numeric cells or cells that contain numbers. But we use count, that means count A or counter, it counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty, and we can see nothing is empty in that column. So we use count A for that reason. So count A, then we pick our what? We pick our column, okay, we serve as the range, then we close the bracket, and that's counted that, and we have 70. So that's the number of sightings in 7-day period. Then the next thing is we have done that for 2 marks. place in cell B4 a formula to count the total number of sightings for this 7-day period where, that means there is a condition, where a photograph of a critically endangered species was taken. So we are not just counting all, we are counting based on a condition in B4 to count the total number of sightings for this 7-day period where a photograph of a critically endangered species was taken. So that is count if. That is count if, because we are counting based on a condition, count and if. So we are placing that in cell B4. So we come here, we start count if. Okay, what is the range? Let's see. Count if, count the total number of sightings for this 7-day period where a photograph of a critically endangered species was taken. Now let's see the range and the criteria. So the range is critically endangered, that means the status. So we select this as the range, then comma, what is the criteria? Criteria simply talks about the what? The condition. They say critically endangered, so we are going to type that critically endangered. You have to spell this correctly and close the bracket. Okay, let's see. Again, to count the number of sightings for this 7-day period where a photograph of a critically endangered species was taken. Critically endangered species was taken. Let's see, photograph, sorry. Oh, that means we need to look at a photograph. Okay, critically endangered. Okay, so that means we are going to use count ifs, because we have two conditions, critically endangered and the photograph is taken. Let's see that count the number of sightings for this day, for this 7-day period where a photograph of a critically endangered species was taken. So we are going to use count ifs because we have two conditions there. Sorry, count ifs. So that's different between ordinary count if and count ifs. Count ifs, so that we can have multiple conditions. So criteria range 1, the first criteria, that is where it is critically endangered. So we select this column, comma. So what's the condition there? Critically endangered. So we put that in critically endangered. You have to type it correctly, comma. Okay, then you go to the second criteria range. What is the second criteria range? The photograph was taken. So we go there, photograph was taken. So we come to this, select it down, photographic evidence, we select it down, then we put comma. So after the comma, so then the criteria itself, and the criteria itself is what? Photograph taken, yes. So you close the bracket, you can see that. So then you press enter. So that is 12. So we have number of critically endangered sightings with photograph, so that will be 12. Okay, good. Then so that is for 5 marks because we have two conditions. We have a photograph taken of critically endangered species. So those are the two conditions that we have taken. We pick critically endangered and then photographic evidence is yes. Okay, good. Then the next instruction is insert a new row between rows 5 and 6. Between rows 5 and 6, a new row. Okay, so you go to row 5 and 6. If you want to insert a new row between row 5 and 6, so you are going to click on row 6 and insert a new row, so that the new row will come between 5 and 6. You can see that. So after that, what's the next thing? Place in cell A6 the text critically endangered. So this text is what we are picking, critically endangered, in cell A6. So let's go A6, critically endangered, paste. We click here and paste critically endangered. Okay, then place a replicable formula in cell B8. Cell B8, to display the number of sightings of a critically endangered species in this country. To display the number of sightings of a critically endangered species in this country. So let's go. Place a replicable formula in cell B8. Let's go to B8. Okay, B8. To place, to display the number of sightings of a critically endangered species in this country. Okay, in this country. So for this country we are going to do, and it's replicable. So anytime you use replicable, that means where necessary we need to make the cell reference absolute, and where necessary we need to make the cell reference relative. Absolute and relative. That is the meaning of where replicable. You notice that they did not say where replicable in this place. Okay, good. So take note of that. So let's go. So we are going to use count if again. So equals count if, single count if, because we have one condition. Then the range where we have our country in this is here. So we select this range down, comma. What's the criteria? Criteria is, let me check that again. Place a replicable formula in cell B8 to display the number of sightings of a critically endangered species. Oh, critically, so we are using count ifs. We have two criteria there, count ifs. Okay, the first criteria is this country. So we go and pick the column for country. Okay, comma country. So we use this country column. So because we want to replicate down this line, so we are going to make the cell reference for this column, we are going to make it relative. So we are not going to lock it up. But this, since we are using the same range for it, we are going to lock this up. Please take note. So locking it up means we'll press select it and press F4. And press F4. Okay, good. That's the first criteria. So the second criteria is where it is critically endangered. So we see that under status. So we select this colon, critically endangered, and we put a comma. So what is the condition when it is critically endangered? The status is yes, critically endangered. Critically endangered, sorry. So that will be critically endangered, not yes. Critically endangered, critically endangered, critically endangered. Okay, I can even use this cell reference for it and lock it, critically endangered. That is also possible, and lock it because we are using this all through. So I can lock it, I can use it or type it, whichever one. If I want to type it, maybe critically endangered, I will type it critically endangered. Okay, good. So I've made it absolute by typing it, or I'll pick it since it's the same text that is here, then I will lock it critically endangered and lock it up. So that means this column too, I'm going to lock it up. Okay, all right, I'll select it and press F on my keyboard. So this is locked because we are searching through the same column E. That's why it is locked. And this column F also is locked because we are looking for critically endangered, okay, endangered species. So as we search through, we lock it. And this is also made absolute because we are looking for critically endangered within this column. So it's either we reference this and lock it, or we type it. So take note. Let's test it first and try to replicate, then see. Let me check the instruction and be sure again. Place a replicable formula in cell B8 to display the number of sightings of a critically endangered species in this country. So we are right. Let's press enter. So for this country, Botswana, we have 0. So let's replicate and see what we have. Oh, good. Can you see it is correct? So we have critically endangered. So all the countries that have critically endangered, we can see them. Botswana was not part of them, and that was why we have that. Where we have Botswana, it's not critically endangered. So, and that is why we are is 0 for that. So you can see that it worked. Even if I reference this cell, like I said, let me try to reference this and lock it, since it's the same text, and lock it. Okay, let me lock it up by pressing F on my keyboard. Let's see whether we are going to get the same thing. Now if you sum what we have here together before replicating, that is the sum is 13. Okay, let me try replicating whether we are going to get the same thing, and that will be 13. Good, and it's correct. So whichever way we do it, it is correct. Then the next thing is let's go replicate this formula for each country for 8 marks, and that's what we've just done. Then format the top of your spreadsheet so that it looks like this, the top. So look at the way it looks. Make sure cells A1 to B1 and A6 to B6 are merged. A1, okay, A1 to B1 and A6 to B6 merge, and A6 to B6. So if you are merging this, the merge, okay, good. And what else did they do there? Okay, we've done that. Set the font size of the text in rows 1 and 6 to 20 points. 20 points. 20 points. Good. Row 1 and 6, 20 points. Then rows 2 and 5 were reduced. 2 and 5 were reduced. 2 and 5, they were reduced. Okay, in height. Okay, good. What else? Then this text here wrapped. This text too wrapped in rows 3 and 4. Rows 3 and 4 wrapped. Okay, and then they were aligned to the right. This also aligned to the right. This country aligned to the right. These two were aligned center and bold, and then this wrapped. Okay, then we can adjust it so that it looks like this. Okay, critically endangered, tagged 1 and 6, 20. So okay, good. Okay, numbers. Okay, good. All right, good. I think we are close now. That's fine. And the text is sans serif. This is sans serif. I think they were bold. So you see that 7-day period. Okay, good. So it looks like this 7-day period. Okay, good. All right, so I think it's perfect now. It looks like the one we have in the question paper. So after this, that's for 7 marks. So the next one is print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. Make sure that it's in landscape orientation. The row and column headings are displayed. All formula are fully visible. Okay, display the formula. So to display the formula, you come to formula, show formula, then select everything from this angle so that you can do auto fit. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Nothing is hidden. Okay, you have done that. Then landscape orientation, be sure you have that. Select this, then you double tap and be sure. Okay, good. Landscape orientation. Then what else? The row and column headings are displayed. All formula fully visible. So you come to print titles, go to row and column headings visible, preview it and see the way it looks like. Okay, good, good, good. Nothing is hidden. So I'm going to check and make sure that nothing is hidden in this. You know, before you print it, it's very important. Nothing should be hidden. Okay, you can see. Okay, nothing should be hidden. That's according to the instructions. So you can select from here. Let me zoom in so that you can see that clearly, and then you double tap and everything will do auto fit. Very important, nothing is hidden. So if you come here, you can see the page layout. So that means we are going to have how many pages? That's 12 if we print with this formula. So be sure that you follow the instruction of how to print. The question says print your spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure it is in landscape. So we have to be sure it is in landscape. Okay, what else? Row and column headings are displayed. All formulae fully visible. So now if I want to extend this, since this is the only one on the last pages, I can just do this, drag this and make sure that it extends to this. Okay, good. Now I have 7 pages, I suppose. 7 pages. 7 pages. Okay, let me also do for here so that I can have 6 pages. Good. So with these 6 pages, it is good. Then let me go and print. Let me print to PDF so that you can see. I have 6 pages. All the headings, I mean the header and the footer, everything is displayed. Okay, good. So let me print to PDF so that you see. Okay, let me call it giraffe CN01 PDF. Okay, good. And that is the print preview. So you can see that. So very good one. Okay, this is the print preview. Okay, 6 pages and it is fine. So now we are done with that part. So let's go back to the question. Sorry. So the question says select rows 1 to 7 inclusive and only the rows between 8 and 26 where a sighting took place. Now select rows 1 to 7 inclusive. So let's see that row 7. So let me return from formulas to values, and then let me zoom this so that we can see clearly. Let me come to normal view. Okay, good. The question says rows 1 to 7 inclusive. This is row 1 to 7 inclusive. Good. Then only the rows between 8 and 26 where there's a condition, a sighting took place. How do we know that a sighting took place? Now from here, anywhere you have numbers greater than 0, that means sightings took place. If you have 0, sighting, did not take place. So you can now do what? You can filter this, which is very important to filter. So to filter this, you can come here and come to home tab, okay, and come to sort and filter. So filter, sorry, let me select this way, filter. Okay, good. So I can say I filter by selecting all and removing 0. Okay, good. So I can have only those ones with sightings. So now the question is 1 to 7 and the rows where we have sighting taking place. So we select it 1 to 7 and where we have sighting taking place. So having selected that, then the question says take a screenshot of the method used to select these rows between 8 and, okay, let me do that first. A screenshot of this between this and place it in your evidence document. Let me quickly take the screenshot. Okay, so I'll come back to this, select this so that I can see this and take the screenshot. So let me take the screenshot and paste in my evidence document of how I selected that. Okay, and in my evidence document I paste it here. So that is done in the evidence document. So now to select those rows. Okay, selected. So having selected this, here is it. Then I can print it and make sure it looks like the one given in the okay, good. It's like this, okay, like the one given in the question paper. So with this I can do it this way. So let's print this according to the instruction. So you can see the way it looks, and I'm going to print it. Go to file, print, and look at the print preview. Come to, instead of on active sheets, click on print selection. So and it looks like this. Let me zoom in so that we can see it clearly. Okay, so what else did they say we should do? Print the selection showing the values. Make sure the printout fit on a single page. It is in portrait orientation. Row and column headings are displayed. The content of all cells in the selected rows are fully visible. So let me change the orientation to portrait, and it looks like this. You can see that. So everything, nothing is hidden. If I like, I can try to show the grid lines. Okay, let's see. Good. Everything is fully visible, and this is correct. So printing this is very much easier for 4 marks. For 4 marks, we've done this earlier. So, and you realize this is 41 marks out of 70. 41 marks out of 70 for the spreadsheet. That is quite easy, quite simple. So then you click on the print button to have the printout on paper. Please take note of that. Very easy. So that's how we have come to the end of the spreadsheet part of this question paper, May June 2024. So it's that simple. It's that simple. So thank you for watching. Please ensure you like this video. Drop your comments if you have any questions. Drop it in the chat box, and share this video with others, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we keep you updated for every necessary information as you write your exam. I wish you the very best. Bye for now.